So hi everyone, my name is Ben, and today my topic is about what is hidden behind numbers. But first, I want everyone in the audience, let's take a look at this picture. A calendar that tells the date, a clock that tells the time, or a calculator that tells us the result to mathematical equations. And these results, they are all under the form of data. And throughout history, humans have used data to taking down notes or store information. And in our modern society, we also use them to track down every pieces of information, like the total casualties in the war, the GDP of a nation, the price of a product, or a grade of a student. And these type of data sets, they all belong to a single measurement, that is numbers. And in the book Numbers Don't Lie of Václav Smil, he can explain how numbers work in our daily life. So this book has 71 different topics ranging from humanity to nations to population to energy use and technical innovations. But first, when I mention data, we usually think of a thing that is complicated, hard to understand, or hard to digest in our mind. But through the magical hand of Smil, he has turned those data into something that contains a profound message by using thought-provoking questions and visual exemplifications. And in today's presentation, I will share in the audience 2 lessons that I have learned throughout the process of reading this book into how to analyze a piece of information better. The first technique is to look far and think deep. So he used this technique when he analyzed the life quality in a region by using babies, because he figured out that babies links to most of humans' privilege, and by rating the infant mortality, he can come to a conclusion whether that society is living good or bad. But for clearer explanations, I will my own examples. So let's say I assess a group of residents and I pick out a random man. I ask him these type of questions about his name, his age, his weight, or his height. Because this is the think deep part, I know what kind of information to ask to research. And here's the answer that I get. He's physically healthy, he's disease-free or highly educated. And now I can verify with the real data to figure out what type of person he is. But this is not the end, because we are assessing the whole group of community, not just a random man. So now here's the look for step come in, where how can I link a single piece of information to the result that I want. So if he's physically healthy and disease-free and disease-free, I can figure out that every day he must have consumed healthy foods. The society he's living in has great infrastructure or facilities, and he is granted with high quality services. And if every day he is consuming healthy foods, which means the resource in that country must be good also, because if the resource is in abundance, so how can people grow crops? And if that community has good services, good infrastructure, which means the economy is also developing, because if it isn't developing, so how can the government fund for these programs, right? And as I've done before, I also verify with real data, with real life data, to figure out that what kind of environment is he staying in. Now, the similar step is also applied to the highly educated. Do you think that he's every day coming to school teaching that African is a country, or the teacher actually teach him that 1 + 1 = 2, not 3, and the educational level in that community is top tier, which we can conclude to a growing community. And from my previous analysis, I can verify with another real life data to figure out he's living in an all-rounded environment. So the second lesson is about the shine versus the shadow, where the author take America as an example. When we mention about America, we usually think of a nation that is the leader of the world. They had great economic achievements, they have strong military forces and technical innovations. But that is the shine. What about the shadow? When the author dived deeper into the private life of American residents, he figured out that the life expectancy rates, infant mortality rates, or happiness rates, which is the index belongs to every human on Earth, America never ranked on the first place. So this raised a questions about equality and inequality in America, because although the country overall has great results in economic, technology, and military, but their citizens has never been granted with no privilege. The reason behind this is about the disparity in the wealth and power distribution, or the comparison between the rich and the poor. And in this chart, you can clearly see that only the minority of Americans took up to 84.6% of America's power and wealth, although the rest of America's citizens, which are the poor and middle class, only takes up about a small part in America's overall assets. So you can imagine this like a man with an upper body, he has a lot of muscle, but in his lower body parts, he has only skinny legs, but his overall result is a normal body. So in conclusion, the book tells me about how statistics and data redefines the truth, and how we can analyze data in the most efficient and correct ways, because the one who masters how to understand a problem is the one that is granted with success and victory. Thank you for listening.